To get back at his own family, the boy actually locked his parents in a pit 10 meters deep and kept them there for 2.5 months. Even their daily bathroom needs were handled in plastic bags.
Non guardare.
Then the sister put that lump of mud into a plastic bag, tied a tight knot with practiced moves and handed it to her father. He quickly adjusted his position and calculated the angle, then swung hard and threw the plastic bag out. But after throwing it so many times, mistakes were bound to happen. What was even worse was, while the parents were so hungry they were chewing on banana peels, this 12-year-old John took over his father's luxury car. He drove to the nearest ATM, entered his father's bank card password from memory. Looking at the balance of $750,000, John felt a surge of secret joy. He had planned for this day for a whole week. At first he planned to sprinkle sleeping pill powder into lemonade, but to test the exact dosage, he first used the family gardener as a test subject. Watching the man suddenly fall stiff to the ground, John immediately walked over with a wooden stick. After poking him twice to make sure he was completely unconscious, he pulled $100 from his pocket, stuffed it into the man's pants pocket as compensation, then quickly left without looking back. That night the unguarded family members were knocked out one by one. He then entered the room, carefully nudged his sister's foot. After confirming they had lost consciousness, John dragged them out of the room one by one, placed them on the trash cart they usually used, then dumped them into the pit he had found. This pit was an air raid shelter, hidden deep in the woods and very concealed. The next day the sister woke up first. Seeing the unfamiliar surroundings, she panicked instantly.
Papà! Papà, dove siamo?
The father also looked around in confusion, but soon the three of them noticed something was wrong.
Dov'è John?
At this time John was imitating his parents' voices, calling to fire the gardener. Then using their names he cancelled all their appointments. After doing all this he drove to the bank. Without hesitation withdrew $300 from the ATM, because he believed the first step to becoming an adult was being willing to spend money. So he used the money to buy all his favorite fried chicken and burgers. But just halfway through eating, his mother's friend showed up at the door. It turned out she had been calling his mother with no answer, so she decided to come over and check things out. Seeing this, John brought out his long-prepared excuse.
Andati a trovare il nonno. È in ospedale.
Because they had to go back to take care of Grandpa. The parents took the sister and rushed back to their hometown overnight. And because he had to prepare for the state tennis tournament, he did not leave. Even though the mother's friend was still a bit suspicious, she could only drive away reluctantly. And John, interrupted by this incident, also remembered his family who had not eaten for a whole day. He brought fried chicken and bottled water to the pit entrance. The parents became extremely excited when they saw him.
Iolo, grazie al cielo stai bene.
Sei ferito? A casa è tutto ok?
Seeing John standing there frozen and silent, the parents thought he was being threatened, and urgently told him to think of a way to call the police. However, the next second John threw the food down.
Donna, che stai facendo? No!
Only then did the three finally realize the culprit was John.
Ragazzino, sei in un mare di guai. Un mare di guai!